The shorthanded Golden Knights look to close out the series against the Ducks in Anaheim on Thursday night, carrying a 3-2 lead into a potential elimination game. With Brayden McNabb suspended now and Mark Stone possibly still unavailable, VGK will once again lean on depth, structure, special teams, and, oh yes, discipline to finish out the job on the road.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Tony Dasco and Chris Gawlik from Las Vegas coming up ahead on today's show. We'll have a preview of VGK Anaheim Game 6 at the Pond. Key adjustments for the big game on Thursday night and locks, props, and chants. Please make sure to tune in daily, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You could catch our show on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network, as SSEN can be found on Cox Cable Channel 77 and also on YouTube TV. The Golden Knights know what is at stake. Of course, if they win on Thursday night, they advance. They lose, and this series will shift back to T-Mobile Arena for Saturday afternoon, Game 7, where all the pressure swings back onto the home team, perhaps. VGK will have to win against the odds, and they love to play under adverse terms. We've seen this in the past. But now missing Brayden McNabb, who was suspended by player safety for that hit in Game 5 on a vulnerable Ryan Poehling, who's probably out now week to week. And the Golden Knights, as far as we know, they're still going to be without Mark Stone. And hey, I don't even know if Jeremy Lauzon is on the trip.
No, Jeremy Lauzon. This reminds me Game 6, 22-23, Golden Knights on the road against Edmonton. And one Alex Pietrangelo was suspended for slashing the ever-living you-know-what out of Leon Draisaitl's wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And very concerning situation for the Golden Knights, who did not want to go to a Game 7, obviously, against the Oil. And I don't recall the final score, but I'm pretty sure it was a multiple goal victory for the Golden Knights that game and not a lot of danger. And kind of got the same feeling going into tonight's game against Anaheim. I just don't see Anaheim as a threat with their backs up against the wall. I see the experience the Golden Knights have in this circumstance, and I'll be watching this game with my feet up, watching the Golden Knights cruise to victory tonight.
What are your thoughts about the suspension for McNabb of one game? Are we going to be seeing Kaden Korczak, and how will the defensive pairings look?
Yeah, I mean, I think is that third pairing? Are we going to see a world where it's Coghlan and Korczak? Maybe. I think Korczak does draw in number one. I think Torts runs the lines, probably the D pairings, pardon me, kind of how they went on Tuesday night. Forgive me, my days are mixed up. How they went on Tuesday night. I think Korczak plays less than 7 minutes, and it's basically going to be a 5-person D rotation, and special teams will certainly kind of take care of that without Tortorella having to do a whole lot. But the suspension, I mean, the NHL player safety, they put a great video out there. Number one, they're saying this was a 2-game suspendable hit, number one, because it happened early in the game. Basically, if you take overtime out of the equation, McNabb is missing 115 minutes of play or something like that. But you have a late, forceful check that caused injury. All right. Well after the allowable window to make contact with Poehling. Mm-hmm. And then the wording that Department of Player Safety used was, in no way is Poehling eligible to be checked on this play.
Okay, let me
put that. Well, you put that in a blender with how McNabb came from the center ice face-off circle to blast him. I mean, the story checks out. The story checks out. It's the right call. I guess it's the right suspension. I mean, I would not have been upset if it wasn't a suspension. I'm not going to question that it is a suspension either.
Okay, I want to do the voiceover for player safety. Okay, and it's important to note that Poehling is in no way eligible to be checked on this play, with the puck having long been cleared away by Poehling and with sufficient time to elect to avoid or minimize contact. McNabb instead finishes the hit with considerable force. Is that good? Do I sound like that guy?
Sounds like your ad reads in your opens.
Well, I don't usually plug my nose, for crying out loud. Again, I just felt that McNabb had plenty of time to either veer off or to hit the brakes. I've watched
Or not
this
hit him.
repeatedly. Like he
Or not hit him.
Well, he could have veered off, or he could have just came in and just kind of tapped him. But he comes in full steam ahead from distance, from a
He
pretty
blasted him.
far distance,
Yeah.
again, from the logo in. And I think it's all on McNabb. I know that the fans want to point to the officiating crew and all that, but I think that this was on McNabb, and he should have known better, number one. Number two, if that was a targeted hit, then all the more he deserves to be suspended. I think I was the only person in the alleged media here in Las Vegas that said that there would be a suspension. I tweeted it out right as soon as that play happened.
In Wednesday morning show, you mentioned, is because we recorded before the player safety announcement. You asked me, and I blew it off. I said, "No, it's done. We're done."
Okay,
so
though.
I mean,
It's okay.
you're on top of that, and that's
no. We're
fine.
entitled to our opinions. That's what makes this show
no
great.
doubt. And like forgive me, the dumbest thing I've seen playing itself out all day today about this is it was a clean check. McNabb is he's not known for this, so there was no intent. Like none of that matters right now. The one question that I will be on the fan side about is the refs not putting their arms up in real time. But this is where the linesmen have the ability. They can't do it on the fly. I talked about this in Wednesday's show as well. They can advise the officials, hey, here's what I just saw. Here's why this guy is laying there and cannot friggin' get up because McNabb just blasted him from the circle. And then the major gets called and the Department of Player Safety validates it. So looking past that, it's going to put the Golden Knights in a bit of a hole, but I'll say it again. I do think the Golden Knights can rise above this. Maybe it'll, make them play a little more stay-at-home defense, knowing that there's going to be some extra minutes to go around, a little more attention to detail. And not that being without McNabb is going to help this team, but it might help the team a little bit. And, to be frank, McNabb has not had a good series with respect to dumb penalties.
He keeps making those same stupid mistakes.
He's got a cross-check and a board so far, right? So
Yeah.
this series, then obviously the suspension now for the
not
interference.
Good. That's your leader out there. Johnny Tort said that he felt that the second period of Tuesday's Game 5 was the worst that he has seen his team play in the playoffs. How does VGK avoid having any bad periods or any lapses in Thursday's Game 6? And who steps up?
Let the game come to him. Anaheim, the crowd, they're going to be buzzing. Anaheim players, they're youth players. Yes, there's some good experience there, but the youth of this team, Seneca, Leo Carlson, Cutter Gauthier, Lacombe, they're all going to be pushing and pushing and pushing. And yeah, there's going to be some uncomfortable moments early on in this game where it looks like Anaheim is just buzzing, but then they're going to go a little too far, whether it's finishing a check late, whether it's getting a penalty, whether it's a defender pinching or someone trying to make a hero play and turning the puck over. Let the game come to them. We'll hit that a little bit harder later, but I think that's probably the biggest key for the Golden Knights.
Well, the reffing in Game 5 was not good, nor was it consistent. The
Fair.
refs, they swallowed the whistles after that first period. They did. They just let them play on no matter what happened. Sticks to the face, another boarding penalty perhaps, or interference. Neither team can afford to go to the box here in Game 6 like we saw in Game 5 because each team scored on the power play.
Yes, but it took the Ducks a 5-minute power play and the Golden Knights to break down 3.5 minutes into it or whatever it was, where the Golden Knights found a way to, get through in their power play. So I'll still give the special teams nod to the Golden Knights. I don't have the numbers in front of me for the series, but I'm sure it definitely favors the Golden Knights, who have surrendered now 3 penalty kill goals in the last 2 games, if memory serves me, or 3 in the last 3, because I think they were better in
3 in the last 2, I think. Okay.
So either way, so point being is the Golden Knights
up 3 power play goals
has gotten a little bit leaky.
It's gotten leaky, yes.
Gotten a little bit leaky, and
why?
The Ducks are capitalizing. And
why? Because no Mark Stone. I think that's
no Mark Stone, and Lazan defensively plays a role here too. Not as much on the kill as just from a general perspective. And the hope is get this thing over in 6, get the weekend to get better, and you see Lazan back, and maybe there is something cooking on Mark Stone. I don't know.
Adjustments for tonight's Game 6. We will talk about it next on Locked On Golden Knights. If you've got a sweet tooth like I do, you know how tough it is to find that perfect treat without all the sugar. That's why Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy, the shot brings that nostalgic flavor back in an entirely new way. And this is the classic cotton candy taste that you remember, but with a tasty caffeine boost and zero sugar. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. You know, I've always loved cotton candy, but I cannot be eating sweets all day. This is the perfect alternative. The flavor really does bring that throwback fruity vanilla vibe, and it's surprisingly smooth. I like how convenient it is too. It's just a very small and portable shot that I can grab whenever, and I can just put it in my pocket and drink it when I need a little pick-me-up. Bring on the sweetness of Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy shots, available online at 5hourenergy.com, 5hourenergy.com, or Amazon. The NBA playoffs are here, and every possession matters. Does it ever? If you are looking to get even closer to the action, FanDuel has a great offer to get you started. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 back in bonus bets if that first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $150 in bonus bets just for getting started. I like using FanDuel during the playoffs because everything's right there in front of me. It's all in one place. You can check the stats, the trends, the matchups before making your picks, which makes the whole experience feel a lot more informed. Whether you are looking at player props or just following your favorite stars, it definitely adds another level of excitement to each and every game. It's really an easy app to navigate. It makes playoff basketball even more fun, more engaging from start to finish. At FanDuel.com, FanDuel.com to get things started. FanDuel, play your game. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Dasco and Chris Gawlik reporting from Las Vegas. We are recording our show on Wednesday night in preparation for Thursday's big Game 6.
For another news story to break, we got to record another darn show in the morning. That's what's going to happen, Tony.
You know something's going to give, right? With Ryan Poehling out, let's talk adjustments. And Joel Quenneville saying he doesn't know how long it's going to be for Poehling to recover. Could have played his last playoff game there in Game 5. Quenneville said that he could put the 11-7 structure on the ice. For some teams, I think that that's very difficult. However, I've mentioned this before, Ian Moore is the guy. In Game 1, he was on the fourth line as the fourth line right winger. And he also now has played on defense. So I don't think their structure suffers a lot. We could see Moore paired with Olen Zellweger or that fourth line. They can beef it up, Chris. Jensen Harkins could be in the middle of Jeffrey Vial and Ross Johnson. That is an absolutely potent line. I said the fourth line would be a key in this series, and right now I think it's 3-2 Ducks, I think, are winning that battle in this series.
Number one, I think I'd be remiss if we went an entire show without welcoming the PWHL to Vegas really fast. It just kind of crossed my mind here, so I'm going to sidetrack for a moment. And
you could have done that in segment 3. Okay.
Yeah, let's give
some
flowers there. It's pretty awesome.
It's an adjustment having the women's hockey team here.
It's pretty awesome. And
it's great.
You know, how this city has grown with professional sports and everything. And now we have another hockey tenant at T-Mobile Arena and another hockey tenant now at America First Arena here in Henderson. So it's pretty awesome to see. And everything you said right there with regards to Quenneville. Quenneville's been a step ahead for the adjustments, but
amazing.
Tortorella has been close enough behind to counter. And while I don't look at Brandon Saad drawing into this lineup as, oh my God, okay, good job, Tortorella, but in the same breath, that third line's got something going. They are getting
there finally
a little
is a
more
third
juice.
Line. They finally have a third line.
They finally have a third line. And is this Brandon Saad coming in, or is it maybe Hurdle just kind of figuring out? Probably a little more from the Hurdle side, but Saad has been a good complementary piece. Saad hasn't played great, but he's been around it. He had that post 2 games ago. He had a grade A that just missed the far corner. in game number 5. So, I mean, he did a really good job in sitting in the penalty box for that major. That was
That
some
was
really good
big.
skating across
That's
the
big.
ice. He didn't fall, so good job there. But, you look at Tortorella, he's sticking to his guns. He is sticking to his guns. He's saying, I don't care about Riley Smith. I don't care if he's a day one misfit or a born again misfit. He's Brandon Saad is the man right now, and that's how it's going to be unless there's another injury or something else happens. And if there's someone else does go down, he'll probably bring in Alex Holtz at that point and find a reason not to play Riley Smith.
Shea Theodore had to step up there, play more minutes in the absence of McNabb, who played just 3:17 in game 5. Theodore, I think, 30 minutes in that last game, including OT.
30
Noah
exactly.
Hannafin, 30 exactly. Okay. Noah Hannafin around 28 minutes.
28:01.
Okay. 1 second. Without McNabb, does VGK now continue to attack with its defensemen? That's a big question that I have. What adjustments do they make defensively?
Yeah, you don't change anything. I mean, you go out there and Korczak, I would assume. I mean, unless they're going to bring Luke Cormier or something, and that'd be really weird. But you assume Korczak's going to draw back in, and Korczak, I'm sure he's been stewing a little bit. He's Dylan Coghlan, what did he play? 3? I think he logged 3 games in the regular season. I don't know if he logged 3 games in the previous season, or I think he was traded before. Whatever. Whatever the point being is, he has seen himself drop on this depth chart. Korczak got the extension. Korczak is the up-and-coming blue liner on this team. And all of a sudden, here comes Dylan Coghlan, who's done nothing with respect to his regular season contributions to this team. So Korczak's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Korczak is going to want to make sure he leaves the best possible impression on Tortorella to take back his spot in the lineup. That's just what it comes down to. He's going to want to take back his spot in this lineup. And that's the mindset that Korczak should have coming into this game. He should be pissed off. He should be wanting to do as many of the little things right as possible. But, I mean, I don't know. Do we set a line at 7.5 minutes for Korczak and see if it goes over? I mean,
it's
honestly,
it's an under.
I think 7.5 is right on the button.
That's
so
right
we'll bookmark that. We'll circle back on WTF Friday.
7:31.
7:31 and a hook.
And a hook.
No ties.
I like the switch of Kolesar and Sissons. Both did play better in game 5. Kolesar is going to have to play heavy in the 6th game. Sissons was at times on the Marner line, right? When Dorofeev went out of the lineup, they double shifted him. So he has proven, at least in that last game, that he's a valuable commodity for the Golden Knights. I like the switch of those two players. Let's face it, man, Kolesar is not a winger on the third line anywhere, I don't think.
You could have stopped at winger, but sure, whatever. I mean, not an NHL player might have been sufficient.
Whoa,
too. But in the same breath, now hold on. I mean, Kolesar had a friggin' dime of a pass. I think it was to Noah Hannafin on that crazy stretch where I think it was Gauthier that came back and saved it when Hurdle was taking that shot. So I mean,
yes,
give Kolesar some credit. But what did drive me nuts about Kolesar's game, thinking back, is you watch Marner, the passes he makes. You watch Eichel, the one-on-one moves he makes. Then you see Korczak trying to make the passes Marner makes and trying to make I keep calling him Korczak. Good God. You see Kolesar trying to make the passes that Marner makes. Kolesar trying to make the one-on-one moves that Eichel makes. And both are massive failures. So you hope that more time on the 4th line will simplify Kolesar's game and get him back to the basics, because that's where he definitely is better. Just be a basic forward, hit someone, create some chaos out there, put pucks to the net, and just pray for rain.
I think that what we're going to see, again, structurally at least, from the Ducks, which we did not see in game 5, go back to game 4 when they pretty much set up a wall in the neutral zone. And that's how they beat the Golden Knights in that game. I think they're going to have to go back to that
VGK
structure.
also cracked it for that empty netter. They made it a 1-goal game too, though. You literally heard, I think it was Weeksy or someone like, oh, they got a wall at the blue line, and the Golden Knights go right down and ram it up their keister and score there. Really fast as far as adjustments that I do like from Tortorella. So this is a big difference from Cassidy. Cassidy switches the lines up and then he sticks with them. He doesn't move players around once he changes. His adjustment is changing the lines to start a period or halfway through the period and sticking with it. Where I compare Tortorella to a bingo caller at his senior home spinning the balls. Okay, these 3 are out. Let's go. You're up. And that's kind of
his next job.
That's
his
kind of
next
what
job.
Tortorella. Hey, that is his next job. But he has a non-compete. He can't call bingo at any Sunset Stations properties.
Oh,
But
geez.
he's allowed to go to Boyd. It's not Sunset
Okay.
Station.
Yeah, they're going to shut him
Boyd
down.
is Toronto and LA. Stations are the Edmonton Oilers.
Locks, props, and chance coming up ahead on Lockdown Golden Knights. ED is way more common than most guys think. Millions of guys deal with it at least at some point, and that's exactly why HIMS offers a straightforward way to handle it. HIMS connects you with a licensed healthcare provider online, and it gives you access to legitimate ED treatment options from the comfort of your home. No awkward appointments, no pharmacy lines, just a straightforward process that makes it easier to take care of yourself. The whole process is simple. You just complete a quick online intake, and a provider reviews your information. It's straightforward, transparent, and it's designed to make you care about feeling better, and it's a lot easier. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and much, much more, visit hims.com/lockdownnhl, hims.com/lockdownnhl for your free online visit. That's hims.com/lockdownnhl. Thank you so much for making Locked On Golden Knights your first listen of the day. And thank you for making Locked On the #1 sports podcast network. Sign up today for the Locked On Everydayer Club. You will get the ad-free audio, access to our members-only Discord, and much, much more. It's all built for our most loyal fans. That's lockedonpodcasts.com/everydayer. VGK, I believe, thrives on adversity. And I feel that this will be a competitive game. But I like Anaheim to step on the gas early and often. I feel as though the Ducks, they strike and attack differently at home. I think they're more aggressive at home. I liked what they did on the power play at home a lot better, moving the puck and shooting the puck and finding some gaps. I am going to go, and I know you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going to take the Ducks to force a game 7. I know you hate this. With a 5-2 win at home, 5-2. I just feel like the Ducks are going to be sky high in this game. I will go with Cole Smith and Jack Eichel. Eichel needs to continue to put the puck on net. And as I mentioned in a tweet, his stick is way too long, even by NHL standards. Note to both teams, stay out of the box.
Yeah, and don't interfere with people.
You don't want a game 7. I know.
I don't want a game 7 because we got a house hockey game at 1:00 on Saturday, and apparently 2:00 is when this stinking game is going to happen
At
if
2
it
o'clock.
happens, which is stupid. 2
Stinking
o'clock.
game.
Dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're setting up for a long overtime. I don't know, but no. I said this earlier. I put it out there in the first segment. I responded to a Ducks something earlier. It's done. 5-1 Vegas. Lock this thing up. Put it in the freezer.
5-1 Vegas.
Duck on the menu and eat it, cook it, fillet, whatever you do with a duck. I've never
duck
eaten
soup. Duck
before.
soup.
I don't know what you do with it.
There's duck
Whatever.
soup. The duck fries. Did you try those?
Duck you, whatever. I mean, it's over. 5-1 Golden Knights. Mitch Marner, and I am going Dylan Coghlan. Let's get Coghlan in locks of the night. I think that
he's got a blistering shot. He really does.
So dude can hit also. At one of the charity softball games, he was the ringer for. He wasn't even on. He was with Carolina too, and he came back for whatever reason. But dude, he won the home run derby competition that year. He was just launching them right off McCrimmon's window at City National. It was freaking amazing to see. I do have little Chris's picks. He's going 3-2 Golden Knights. He went Eichel and Mitch Marner. So the Gawliks agree. Tony is I got nothing. As far as my locks, props, and chance, Hurdle gets a point. Eichel gets 3 shots on goal. Anderson gets 3 shots on goal. Eichel gets an assist. Marner gets a point. Golden Knights win this game by 2 goals or greater. $5 gets you $140. Get paid.
Gets you only $140.
That's it.
For all that.
That's it.
That's a lot, bro.
Half our bankroll back we've dusted off this season.
Man, your bankroll is way down on this show.
Dusted.
We're going to see physicality again, and to what level?
Nope.
They're going to both play it safe.
Very little. There wasn't much physicality last night. I mean, there was more physicality in Tuesday's game than the other games, but this game, I don't think early on, you'll see a little bit of dominance trying to be established, but I don't think you're going to see no repercussions. McNabb will have to answer the bell to Gudis or whoever when these two teams meet in the regular season next year, and he will. He should. It's fine. But the rough stuff you'll see will be just a product of what's happening. I don't think you see violence. That's a word that's being thrown around a lot lately because of the wording and the interference, but not a lot of violence, I don't think.
Yeah, no Gudis again, probably. They're saving him for game 8, you think, for the 8th game? Maybe. I did want to, do you have a prop there for a number of times that Carter Hart gets hit in the mask again? It's been 6
No, but one
times.
thing you mentioned Carter Hart. So one thing I did notice a lot in Tuesday's game, now you do mention Carter Hart, is the Ducks made an honest effort to
take his head off,
to crowd him after the play was over.
They did.
This is a Quenneville thing. I guarantee this is an old school Coach Quenneville type thing here, where after the whistle, the forwards, defend whoever's there, they are just skating right up to him and trying to make him just a little uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And Hart just skates right out. He puts his head down. He meditates. He doesn't. Nothing else happens around him. They're not going to get in his head right now. At least I don't think so. But the Ducks were trying, and I'll bet you do see maybe a little bit of that, which might lead to some rough stuff. But if they want to keep targeting Hart and just trying to mess with him, that's fine. Let him do it because Hart will just get stronger throughout the game. So that's fine.
We did have some coaching changes real quick here. Knobloch out at Edmonton.
Knobloch, that's official now. Okay.
Well, he was headed in that direction. By the time this hits the airwaves, he'll be out. Berube out in Toronto. Who else can VGK block Cassidy from interviewing with at this stage?
Spector hasn't claimed Knobloch's fired yet, and he's the man there. But
okay,
I'm guessing
it's coming.
I'm guessing it's Knobloch out, Cassidy in when that happens.
Okay. That'd be so interesting.
I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with that happening.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great for the division, although they won't be played. They're going to play three times next year, probably in the regular season.
I hope he does catch on with the Oilers. I think it'd be good. It'd be good TV, good cinema.
It would be great. And then again, all the young teams like in Anaheim on the rise, San Jose in the Pacific. It's going to make for
this division is terrible. This division sucks, Tony. Terrible.
Well, it's the pillow fighting. Yeah, it is. And it was the pillow fighting division, but it will get better. Draft choices and what have you. Thanks for making us your first listen of the day. Please make sure to subscribe and join our Locked On Golden Knights community, lockedonpodcast.com/everydayer. See you tomorrow right here.